Hi, I'm Gil Roessner. Welcome to Roessner & Company Strategic Design. We've been creating award-winning projects for large and small companies, nonprofit organizations, schools, colleges, universities, and individuals for over 25 years. Come on into our office and let me show you what we do and how we do it. We design and produce creative content for print, video, and web-based media projects, from concept through completion. We work with clients to help them communicate their story to their target audiences in a style that's creative, compelling, and effective. Because after all, that's what communications is all about. The first step in the design process is to listen, to sit down, fully understand the client's needs and the parameters, including timing and budget. After we've listened to the client and understand what's to be involved, we come back to the drawing board and we pick up pen and paper and we start sketching out individual pages, how they might look, how the whole book holds together, what is the sequence. Together with that, we'll oftentimes put together a color small size storyboard which shows the client and us a page-by-page allocation, in this case up to 20 pages of what we're suggesting goes on each page, so they can see everything in a very small format. Used as a blueprint, very similar to the way an architect works in developing floor plans. These are just preliminary rough design ideas. Once they get approved or developed, we determine that this is what we're going to develop this section rather than this section into the layout. We'll then possibly work on a small scale layout and show what these individual components might look like very small. And then we get up to a larger format size where we're starting to put together the actual size of the book. In this case, Movado has had a 9-inch by 9-inch square. Part of our task after we've been brought in to be retained to do the project is to design a number of options and then put those together, which will eventually be a presentation to the client, either at their office or ours, generally at a conference table with 3 or 4 people, where we dummy up a number of different design options. Generally 3, one that we've talked about early on that the client is pretty much familiar with or expecting. Second is a minor variation on that, and the third oftentimes is just something totally outside the box for them to think about or consider, to push the envelope a little bit. Graphic design has changed somewhat in the fact that since the computer, we used to do things actually on a drawing board and spec typography, and it was really a creative craft. And the part of creativity has really not left. People think that with a computer and software program, they quote-unquote become graphic designers. What I'm going to show you is just an exercise of the development of a logo. In this case, this was for the Biotechnology Council of New Jersey. So they asked us to develop a logo, and one of the first things we did was take a look at some of their peer group. There's an organization called BioMaryland. This is their logo. There's a biotechnology industry organization. But then we get into a creative exercise which involves pen and paper and the brain, and just go through a series of free-form creative exercises of thinking about how this logo can have some sort of compelling visual elements to it that are going to make it pop and be memorable. It was clear that we were starting to see a DNA helix, the double helix of a DNA strand, as a symbol separating the two words bio and J. But when we looked at this, we realized that the DNA strand started to look like the actual shape of New Jersey. So at that point, we went to the computer and we sketched in Illustrator the DNA strand and then started manipulating that through a series of metamorphoses to see how the shape of New Jersey would emerge. We then show how it would be used on stationery and as a medallion. In this case, this is large size, but it's a lapel pin that all the members use throughout the organization. All projects are managed along a timeline with strict adherence to cost. It's our goal to bring in all projects on time and on budget. Most of the projects you see here are print-based, such as annual reports, magazines, brochures, marketing materials. We also develop web design, which you can see on our website at roessner.net. We also do video production in either very simple formats or very extended formats. What you're looking at here is a simple black and white video. You can also see on our website a sample of a large-scale production we did for Honeywell for their biofuels technology. But regardless of the medium, the design process and the project management is essentially the same. Sit down, listen, formulate the program, show the designs, produce the project along a timeline adhering to costs and the deadlines. Our projects win a lot of awards from design and industry-specific award shows. However, to us, gaining the trust and confidence of our clients is the most important thing. They come to trust our design talents and project management skills. And our greatest reward is really repeat business from clients who have been with us for 10, 15 years and more. Ultimately, it comes down to a level of taste. Printing used to be a very expensive, still is, a fairly expensive manufacturing process. And in order to utilize that investment that's required, it's got to be done by professionals. It's got to be done fairly well. With the web, there's really no manufacturing involved other than writing the code. Once you have it and you hit page up, boom, it's published. As our culture and our media has changed, and certainly every day with iPads and tablets, the platforms are always going to change. The challenge is to find the people who can use our services and applying those services. So that's who we are and what we do. Please contact us for a free, no obligation cost proposal for any of your upcoming design projects. We work on a fee basis plus production expenses, and we'll work with you to tailor a budget to meet your needs. So give us a call or send us an email. We look forward to hearing from you.